people swore we wasn't going to make it. You got to understand, he was successful athlete at the time. I was a young single mom. I was dating a rapper. I ain't been to college. I got a deadbeat baby daddy. So on paper, she just something for him to do right now.
It don't matter. On paper, she had all kind of money, the best life ever. If she's not the one, she's not the one.
Yeah.
Oh, if he wasn't a football player, if he didn't have this money, I'm like, I wasn't here for none of the playing games.
You wasn't on the sidelines.
When she met me, I was in real estate hard, big developments down south Atlanta. And when that whole thing happened, I got hit hard. So she caught me at a time where it's like the glitz and glam wasn't there. So she caught me when I was down. So without her, I don't know where I would be.
It was like, oh yeah, he not that dude. He a fun boy. He not one that he take serious. Nobody told me he was like a good dude. Everyone was
I was a great dude. I just wasn't trying to wife nobody.
We actually went through like a marriage counseling session while we were still dating. And at that point, I got convicted. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna keep shacking up with you and playing house. Either we gonna get this going or I'm gonna keep it moving. That ring came pretty soon because I took the cookie off the table.
Woo!
She definitely got me closer to God. Trying to understand this woman and make her happy and not keep catching that heat. I had to go to God first. Whatever you want me to do with this child of yours, please help me. Just tell me.
This child of yours. This isn't your typical couples podcast. We're more than just husband and wife.
Yeah, baby, we homies.
I know that's right. Come hang out with the flyest, realest,
most hustling couple you know.
And get authentic, uncut perspectives on love,
fly shit,
and everything in between.
Let's go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome
doing?
to another episode of the Love and Fly Shit podcast, where fly shit meets real love.
That's right.
We have a really, really special couple here with us today. She is a powerhouse entrepreneur and influencer who has built an empire helping women transform their bodies. And he is a former NFL wide receiver who went from touchdowns to total body transformations. Together, they are the creators of Rep Nation Supplements. And they are here with us today to share their love story, tell us all about their empire, and talk all about their fly-ass lifestyle. Please welcome the fabulous, the fly, Miss Leticia Gardner and Rod Gardner.
We in the building. How y'all doing, man? Happy to be here. Happy to be here.
Yes, thank you for coming on our show.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for inviting
pleasure.
us. We appreciate it.
Yes, as y'all know, we talk to all the fly-ass couples in Atlanta.
Period.
And we had to get them on our couch because they have been married longer than us. They are real entrepreneurs. They have a really, really interesting love story.
Yes, we do.
They parents, and they just keep it real like us. So
100%.
we really can't wait to get into all of this. Also, I forgot to mention that just last year, they showed their strength on The Amazing Race season 36, right?
That's right.
They came out in the top 3.
Yes.
Yep.
So y'all like building businesses and going across the
Running
world
a
doing all these
business.
challenges.
That's
y'all
it.
have done a lot. That was
you.
super fly.
Yeah,
So-
living proof of it all.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So we're gonna start from the beginning, right?
Okay, let's
Tell
go.
us, first of all, how long y'all been married,
Okay.
and then tell us how y'all met.
How y'all
Mm.
met?
We've been married 11 years.
Yes, we have.
You want to tell them the story how we met?
No, I'll let you tell it way better than me. I don't want to miss nothing. But we have been married 11 years.
11 years.
now,
That's
so
something
we're
to
going
be
to
proud
of.
Black
going
love,
on 12,
real
so
black
we're going
love.
to do this.
Yeah, 16 years together. But I met him in hot Atlanta outside of Onyx.
Oh,
strip club.
strip club.
Yeah,
Both of y'all
so
was just visiting her on your own?
we was just
No, she
hanging.
was dancing when
No, I
I met
wasn't.
her.
No, I
just had to ask
wasn't.
that for, bro.
I was not dancing. I was not dancing. I was just hanging out, first of all. But
it was a hot
anyways,
Tuesday. It was like they hot nights like a Tuesday to Thursday.
Tuesday. Yeah.
so-
Anyways, we was outside the club, valet, waiting for my car to come around, and he was leaning against the car. And he was like, come here, you want to talk to me? I'm a good catch. That was his
the
word.
confidence.
I hear
That's right.
I hear the
I
word.
looked at him like, first of all, I'm not getting up because you already know at the end of the night, your feet, I'm not getting up.
Yeah.
So before, and then he realized I wasn't getting up. So he was trying to make his way to me, but then a bunch of little groupie girls came out and was so stop. Yeah, they did. They was like, Rod, and they were like surrounding him. So I got my car and I left. So couple nights later, because Tuesday was hot, Thursday night was hot too. So it's a hot spot in Atlanta. So we were back in the club, this time inside the club, and he was in there. And I went to walk past him, and he grabbed me. He was like, if you walk past me one more time, And it was a wrap from there.
Yeah.
We've been together. That was 2009.
We was at Waffle House that night, and it was
Waffle
a wrap
House.
after that.
Yeah, he told me that his homeboy left him, that he rode with his homeboy, and he didn't have a ride. So he, at the end of the night, he was like, would you take me home? So we went to Waffle House. We talked all night. And then I went to drop him off outside his condo, and he was like, you want to come up? And I was like, nah.
No.
I left him right there.
So quick, got me up out of that.
He just knew he was getting
Listen, I was like, nah. But we stuck like
I was
glue
just
ever
trying to do a
since.
nightcap, baby. I was just trying to make sure you was good. That's all
Oh,
I was trying to do.
yeah.
Did you respect that?
Oh, 100%.
He had no choice.
I did. I had no choice. She
Get
won't
about the
come
car,
back
sir. I gotta go.
Let me know a lot about it. She got some respect.
100%. At that
Yeah.
time, that's when she had a daughter. And she was like, no, I got to get home to my daughter,
Yeah,
so I got to get up
3
out
at
of
a
here.
time. Mhm.
So
No,
I was
4.
like, oh, look at her.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, she got good morals, little standards. So I said, let's see what this going to go, what it's going to go, and what it's going to be like.
So she passed the test.
She did pass the test. Well, she passed the test because she cut my waffle up at Waffle House.
Oh,
And I ain't never had that.
That's a big.
So that was huge.
That's
for me.
huge
For
for
a man.
your
For a man, that's
What?
huge, bro.
I ain't never had a woman take my plate and cut my waffle up. I was over there like a little
But you
kid.
know, the
like,
crazy part about it is
What
I
am I
was a
supposed
single mom at the time, and with a toddler, I'm just so used to naturally
motherly,
cutting her
yes.
food up before me anyway. So when I did it, it was more out of habit. I didn't even know that I was doing something that was so impressive to him.
That's impressive.
That's
the part
impressive.
that was crazy.
And you
Cut
know
up
what?
his opened up his ketchup packages,
she was even
buttered
opening
and
packs
cut
up
his
and
waffle.
Oh,
He was
I
like,
man.
She
Oh, yeah, I
was
got
married
some.
tonight.
Yeah,
I
I
respect
got
the
some.
fact that you even
I have
noticed
some.
it. Because
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of dudes don't even appreciate stuff like that.
No, they
But
do.
I feel like the fact that you noticed it, that means you were mature enough to know that, hey, this is a big deal that she is this much
Oh,
of
yeah,
a
this ain't the
nurturer.
average.
And- Yes, that's good. Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
so
are.
how long did y'all date, like, before y'all got engaged?
Yeah.
oh, about
We probably was in them streets for about 4 years.
no, almost 3.5
Yeah,
years.
about 3.5 years. I think.
We got into it at the gym one day. We was heathens. We stayed in the strip club every day, hanging and
I
banging.
was gambling. I wanted to know. We wanted to know.
You was tipping girls. No, I'm just
All
kidding.
the fellas. Man, we all used to meet in there and go shoot pool and gamble. All the
y'all
ex
was
NFL
kicking it
players.
hard.
Yeah.
So we was all in
we
there
used to be
hanging.
there all the time.
Well, 100%.
But he always, you know, he was an athlete, so he was always in the gym and stuff like that. We actually got into an argument at the gym, and this guy invited us to church for the first time.
Wow.
Mike
wow.
Webb. Shout out to Mike Webb.
So I was like, I'm about to break up with him. I'm not going with him to this counseling thing. But they invited us. It was a marriage program called Radical Love at the time at Word of Faith, and we decided to go, and it changed our whole lives.
100%.
So we actually went through like a marriage counseling session while we were still dating. And at that point, you know, I got convicted. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to keep shacking up with you and playing house. Either we going to get this going or I'm going to keep it moving. That ring came pretty soon because
Yeah.
I took the cookie off the table
She
and
did
everything.
take that
So
cookie
was,
out the table.
was it forced, bro? Or was you
No.
wanted to do
I
that?
was up for it because Mike Webb was a trainer at the gym I went to for years, and we always had a relationship. So when he approached me with it, Chichi was there. He was like, "Man, this will let y'all know if y'all should be together or not,
Okay.
because it kind of teach you the foundation of marriage God's way
Got it.
Yeah.
and how to look at relationship and marriage and each other. So it kind of made us look inner and not outer.
Yeah.
So it taught us a lot. So we started learning things about ourselves that was like, man.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we were just trying to live righteous. So we in there, we got good people around us, spiritual people, godly people. So
Yeah.
we're like, man, if we're going to make this work, we know how we doing it.
It don't work our
It's
way.
not going to work.
It's not
Yeah.
gonna
So we end up, you know, at that point in time, getting saved
Yeah.
and
Okay.
taking a lot of stuff off the table, stopped going to the club, stopped doing strip clubs.
Yeah, we haven't been to a strip club
She
since.
did. She took the
Really?
cookie out the table.
For how long?
Till we got married.
How long was that
What?
before y'all
No, we might have
6
slipped up
months.
one time.
That's
One or two
okay, I think
times.
one or two times we might have
might
slipped up.
slip. But we was still trying. But we still was trying to do right.
But we really
that's
tried.
not
We really
bad.
tried.
You tried. That's
We
what
tried, yeah. So we
We-
was trying. We was keeping it going. But at that point in time, I probably proposed 6 months later. We was married.
No. You proposed.
No, I proposed maybe a
Quick.
couple months.
Nah, yeah, right after the program I think was over, and then we got married within 6 months.
Yes. we
Oh,
did.
wow.
So
Yeah,
before y'all went to the program or whatever, was you already thinking you already knew you was gonna marry her?
He told
No,
me.
she was the one, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
was he
we
ready?
wasn't
Ready,
that wasn't
okay.
like
Okay.
right now on the table saying let's
Gotcha.
go get married, because we were
Yeah.
still out here dating, enjoying life, you know, loving each other 1 minute, don't like each other the next.
Yeah.
You know the whole
Yeah.
cycle. We
Yeah,
over
the
and
whole
I
over
wasn't
again.
ready for marriage
Yeah, we
either,
wasn't
though.
there yet.
So it
Okay.
wasn't a thing for me either. I was
I was
I
still
know a
thinking
lot
I
of
was that guy.
women-
Still thinking that guy. I don't want to let that go because if I tie up, I gotta let that go.
I hate
I'm
the thing
that
where
nigga.
they act like women want to be married so fast all the time, but I didn't see it like that. I was like, nah, you gonna switch up when we get married. You think I'm just gonna stay for whatever. So I wasn't ready either. It was not a rush for me either. But I did realize that our way didn't work.
Okay.
So we had to figure out a different way. So I wasn't going to keep playing house either.
Hey,
Okay.
how hard was it for y'all to blend families? Like,
Ooh, baby.
because you know you got a
No,
previous
tough.
baby mama. You know what I'm saying?
But one
What is
thing,
that baby mama, mother of his child?
I mean,
baby mama.
baby mama, that's how men talk.
Baby mama, that's how we
Mother
do
of his-
it.
What I look like talking? The mother of your, you have a mother of your
I got a baby
own.
mama. I got a baby
baby
mama.
mama.
Okay.
I got a baby mama. Yeah, we didn't really have me and baby mama didn't have a great relationship. Me and my
Okay.
son kind of talked one-on-one.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it was one instance when we was together. She invited us down there for a birthday party,
We were
acting
still
like
dating.
everything was gonna
The
be
baby,
all
the
cool.
baby mama did. And
in
you
the
went.
day-
And we went.
But I took her with me.
Man, you
Okay.
wild.
I was
bro.
wild for that.
You was a wild
But she was
boy.
playing me like,
Ain't
it's
no
problem. I don't
way.
have no problem with your girl. Do this, do that. Y'all come down, celebrate little Rod's birthday. And at the end of the day, I fell for the trap. My wife went, as soon as we got there, she came up, introduced herself. My wife stuck her hand out to shake her hand. She looked at my wife's head and walked off. I said, oh.
Oh, wow.
She didn't
And
know
my
that your
wife-
wife was coming?
No, she
She
knew
knew I was
She
coming.
the
She
one
was doing
said
it
it
on
was
purpose.
okay.
She
She
was
was
just
just being
doing it.
petty.
Oh.
But she didn't know my wife for the smoke.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
my
she didn't
wife-
know you was with the shit.
Yeah, so we in there,
Whatever
they
you
about
wanna
to
do,
get
babe.
into it.
Uh-huh.
They all about to fight. My mama there, everybody there. I said, oh, we can't do this.
Man,
And I'm like,
you started
baby,
your bed as soon as
the
you
whole
got
time
there.
I'm telling my wife, baby, you got to be a bigger person. You
I'm
gotta-
not.
We can't be
I'm
here.
5'4", I
You
can't be
be
that
here
big.
fighting at Lil Rod's birthday party.
This little Rod birthday party, you bought me here, nigga. You bought me this
So my wife for the smoke. She
Yeah,
for it all.
for
And they
all of
having
it,
their
so.
words, and I'm like, baby, we got to go.
Yeah.
So after that was the last time.
Last birthday party y'all been to for Lil Rod.
I ain't seen her since.
So Lil Rod come up to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Or I go down there, but it wasn't no mixing no more.
Yeah,
That
he's
was-
more
23
mixing.
now,
No,
so it's been a
that-
while.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
that's done.
But my daughter's father was never in the picture, so he didn't have to
Okay.
deal
Yeah,
with
so
no
we
baby
didn't have
daddy
to
drama.
Oh.
Y'all don't know how that'd be, but we actually had to deal with
Them
baby daddy, the baby mamas.
That was
in
going
the
to be my
picture.
next question.
That'd
Did
be
you
a
ever
tough
have to
one.
meet the baby daddy?
Well,
did meet
so
him one
he
time.
did meet him one time. So when they were young, when we got married and we actually got pregnant with Layla, my oldest daughter went through this phase where I want to know who my real father is and
Okay.
these things. So we're like, okay, cool. He had a girl at the time that had something going on in Atlanta, so he happened to come down. So he's always had our information. If he ever wanted to be in her life, he just chose otherwise.
Mhm.
But she decided we're gonna meet. They're gonna meet or whatever the case may be. So he sat down, met him. That was it. I ain't seen him since. She was 10. She's 20 now.
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah.
So,
So
but other
it's such a
than that,
blessing that she
Oh,
has
it's a
you.
100%
Because honestly, if I
blessing.
look at y'all family pictures, I would never
You
even
would
guess
not.
that
oh,
wasn't
I'm
your
the
daughter.
stepmom.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
that's your
it do.
daughter.
Yeah, like,
oh, it's cute.
Seriously.
Yeah.
They do.
So I think that's such a blessing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nah, that's
That is,
dope.
that's a beautiful
Nah, that's dope.
thing.
Nah, that's
It
really
is.
Y'all got
dope.
a real story and it's so interesting. So how did you pop the question?
How did I pop the question? I was so scared. We was
We
at
get into this about this all
House
the time.
Steakhouse. And I had all intentions of getting on one knee. I had all the intentions.
Okay.
But it was so crowded in there. I got
What?
nervous.
What she do?
And I just got there and popped that ring out on her. I just popped it on her while we were sitting there. I didn't get on the knee, and she still hold that to give me. She
I
like,
don't
baby,
think, did I get on
we
the knee,
need to
baby?
redo it.
I did.
Yeah.
I
You
must have
did?
seen that shit on a movie or something, man.
I
Wait,
can't
redo it.
So wait, what did you say though? What did you say?
Man,
when you
what
asked
did I
her?
say?
I don't
even
remember what you
I don't even
said.
remember what I said. I was so nervous. I forgot the whole.
You
I
was
just
nervous.
remember.
He was
I was
nervous.
nervous.
too.
I was nervous.
Yeah.
Like that, even though I know we was gonna do it, and it's like I knew I was gonna
It's
do it, but
just
it's
like-
still,
Yeah.
it's something about it
Yeah.
that with for
But I
men,
got
it's
on
like
him.
we giving our life away. It's
Yeah,
like,
as
it's over.
man to man, after you handed the ring, how did you feel? Like,
Oh, I felt good after that. After
felt
that,
good?
I felt like because I
Yeah.
wanted to make an honest woman out of her. I
Yeah.
felt like she deserved that.
that's right.
So it was a great feat for me, but
Okay.
for us as men, you just feel like
you
at that
feel
point in
like
time,
He was nervous.
You laying back,
It's
you
over.
thinking like, damn, bro, I signed that contract.
Boy, I signed that
I
contract.
signed that shit too.
Yeah, and I got on him after that. I was like, I'm the
She
type
did.
of woman you get on both knees for.
Yeah.
So
I
let's
know
run this back.
So did you run it back?
We
Yes,
ain't ran
he
it back
did.
yet. Then we run, no, I did it
At the
again.
house.
I did it again, but
Yeah,
I
he
didn't do
did.
a with everybody, family, inviting everybody.
Okay.
We ain't did that yet.
No.
So did you immediately like say yes? Oh my gosh, yes. Or what did you say?
Yeah, well, I knew it was coming because I knew he didn't want to leave. I know he didn't want me to leave.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
knew
she
it was
applied that
coming.
pressure. She applied that
She
pressure.
I told him, listen, I said he had a choice. I wasn't going to force anything. I just wasn't going to play house no more. So if you was ready, then so be it. If you're not, no pressure. I'll find someone who is.
Damn,
Whoa,
that's hard.
that's
No,
not
you ain't
somebody-
hit me without.
Yes,
I'm
I
just
did.
like,
She hit you
don't
like
even-
that,
don't
right?
even play.
Yes,
Ain't
I
Don't
did.
even play me with
Yes, I
that.
No,
did.
you
I'm
ain't
I
saying
ain't
that.
built like that.
You must have forgot
Bro,
that
built
part
like
too. Like you forgot
I'm not
what you
built for
said.
that. 100%.
Yes, you did.
She
Yes, I did.
Let me talk
Yes, I
to She
did.
definitely did not say that
Yes, I
part.
did.
She did not say that part.
He said that what she was thinking. She ain't said that shit.
Not say that.
Well, I meant
She
to.
did not say that.
She said it in her head.
I said
She knew better than that come out her mouth. We say a lot of shit in our head that we ain't gonna really say in our mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember that. I'm not going to agree with that. We're going to leave that way and say
No, I didn't give him. No, I didn't put too much pressure on him. But I think when we went through the whole process, it was like a 13-week course that we went through. And it was like,
and we did it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, we did it a couple of times. I think he got convicted himself and wanted to do right as well.
That's
so
a beautiful thing.
Yeah, no, it worked out.
So faith has been part of your relationship for
it's the foundation,
from the beginning.
100%.
Yeah, like it sounds like for a long
couple
time.
Of years,
yeah,
that's good.
Definitely.
That's good. And how do you feel that has contributed to y'all's successful marriage?
Oh yeah, I think for us, God has got to be in everything because the word says that don't lean on your own understanding. And if we chose to lean on what we thought was right, it'd be an argument all day because he's just we're both so strong headed. Like
that's how we are.
We're not backing down. Listen, we just got into the other day about learning how to respectfully agree to disagree. Because I'm going to stand on what I'm going to say. You're going to stand on yours.
Business for I don't know why she just won't say she's wrong.
Yeah.
So if God wasn't
it's
in
okay
the
to say
there you go right there, bro. That point. That's the big point.
It's okay to say you're wrong.
It's okay for you to say you're wrong.
Exactly. Y'all don't do it either.
So yeah, no.
We the ones always apologize.
Always.
We always been the big
I don't
person.
know about that.
Always.
I don't know.
I could say sorry to her and she'll bring up what we was just arguing about. But see, when you done, I'm like, man, I'm trying to get past this.
Y'all be trying to run past it.
Yeah.
No, sit in it for a second. I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
No, but so because we're so strong-headed like that,
Yes.
if we lean on our own understanding, it's going to be World War III. So we have to go back to what does God say about this? How are we supposed to move about this?
That's right.
And that's what keeps us grounded in our peace. So.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I want y'all to speak on this because I feel like on Instagram and just in the world, everybody portrays relationships as being like this perfect thing. And if it's not perfect, then it's not good. But that's not true.
Well,
you can have a
not
successful
true at all.
relationship without it being perfect.
100%.
And y'all are talking about arguments. We talk about arguments all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I guess just speak on like that part, like how marriage isn't perfect, relationships aren't perfect. But if you have your one person, then you just sometimes gotta go through the storm with them a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
have to.
Yeah.
And you got to just have boundaries put in place to where it's fighting fair. It's a way to fight. Because in the day, you don't want to be in a relationship, it's no passion. And most relationships, if it's passion there, it's going to be disagreements.
There you
It's going to be arguments. It's going to be conflict all the time. Because we two different individuals who trying to walk the same path, who got different perspectives, different opinions, different viewpoints. So we're not going to agree all the time. But how do we take that and still make it to where we respect each other, we love each other, we can both say, hey, let's agree to disagree and just continue this marriage. Because me and my wife can get into an argument all the time. Like, me and my wife might be fighting tomorrow. So even though on Instagram and stuff, but we always make it known, and I'm always putting content out there. It's like, we not in a good place, or she don't like me, or I'm trying to make a joke about something, because it's real life. Because anybody who portraying their marriage is perfect, I know they lying. We know they lying. That's 100%. They lying to each other.
Yeah, we definitely try to portray both sides. Like, even recently, we had got into a couple months ago, and he was in doghouse for like a week, and I put him in the guest room. So I was like, don't even come in here. And he posted it on Instagram, like, oh, she finally let me back in the room.
That's real.
That was real. That's how don't even be scared. So he was like, she finally let me back in the room. I'm out the doghouse. He was so happy. I'd be like, here we go.
But you got to keep it real. You got to let people know, man, that in the day, it's a journey, and we all going through it. So if other couples feel like, hey, we not alone, this is normal, then you'll do the work. But you got to do the work. So to me, that's the part that people can misconstrue, because then they fighting and arguing and might be a little toxic here and there, but you have to do the work. You got to go get counseling. You got to have people in your life that can feed into both of y'all
100%.
And get y'all back on the right track.
That's true.
Yeah.
But you can't just be out here just saying we just gonna wing it the whole time.
Yeah, I think the community you keep says a lot, because when we was tripping real bad, both pastors pulled up on us like, come on to the house. We got to sit down, both of y'all. And I was like, nope, I'm not talking to him.
She's stubborn when she gonna be up for the smoke every time. But two people who close to me that means a lot to us are both of them pastors, both of them good friends of ours.
That's good. Yeah.
So the relationships, those people we lean on when we going through stuff. So it's good to have that. A lot of people don't have that, but you got,
because
but
you're
you
gonna
need
go through
that.
shit.
You
You're
are.
gonna go through it. There's no way around
Yeah.
it. So in this, like, okay, do you think like the love y'all got, what y'all built, do you think you could have built, you two could have built that in a time like today, with
like we would have met right now?
No, yeah,
like with the social media in the world the way it is
y'all was together
today.
before social media.
No, it
Yeah.
would have been too much. It would have been too much. It would have been too much out there of me. It would have been
That same thing I say, oh.
It would have been me.
It would have been too much on the internet about me. I don't know if she would have been able to swallow
Right,
that.
because back then it was just Lipstick Alley.
Yeah, Lipstick
and
Alley
And there was enough
probably
on
best you
there.
got.
And it's enough on there.
But now I don't know if she could have. I don't know. It'd be a tough one. It would be a tough one.
It'd be tough.
Especially if you tried to do social media.
Yeah.
And with us knowing how we were back then, we would have been all through social media acting a fool.
Yeah.
Showing out on social media. So I don't know if I could have deleted all that before.
I always got to ask that question. I want to know. It's a different time right now.
In my young days, no, but where we at now, like my age, 100% I think I could. But back in them young days,
I don't know. I think
no
you'd have been
way.
thirst trapping like hell right now.
What? Oh, I'd have been flying from everywhere. Them freaking fly mile would have been through the roof. You would have been out there too. Don't get it twisted. I would have been
Who would
sitting
have been
vacation.
out there?
What? Oh, you would have been all over the place, all on vacation.
You
You might not show the guy you
could have
with.
been there back
Yeah, you
then.
could. Yeah, you could.
And I
You could
didn't
do
do
that.
See, they don't want us to keep it a buck like
They don't
that.
want to keep
bro.
it
Y'all
hundred.
want us to keep it a buck. She just said she could have been doing it back then.
No,
but
she
now it's
was.
on social media.
I didn't meet her.
Look, like, come
So
on
you
now.
met me. What you was, the good saint?
Come on now.
I wasn't that.
I ain't saying you had to be with everybody, but you definitely had your ones that you could have been like, oh, I saw you in Bali. Who you with? Because you ain't put no picture.
You ain't put no picture.
You ain't put no
I
picture.
ain't
of him
seen
on
no
there.
picture of this nigga. You
But
ain't
you
out
in
there
Bali. I
walking
know
by
you ain't
Which is
just
why
get that
I
money
could
on.
have
on,
did
man.
that
See, they
without
won't
being
do
on
that.
They
camera.
won't do that though, bro.
I would have
But-
done it without being on camera. See, y'all like the show.
Yeah.
Y'all like
Yeah.
the show too much. That's why your track
See,
record
y'all
is different.
sneaky. That's what I'm saying.
It ain't
Y'all
sneaky.
sneaky. Y'all
It's,
been sneaky.
Yes, that right
it's a
there.
matter of perspective. I don't have to. Everybody don't need to know
It's
what
one
I'm
thing about it. We
It's
all on
free.
social media and we see these girls on there and they be in all these trips, but they seem like they by themselves.
Girls
Yeah.
are getting
No.
money.
You know.
No,
They could be
Stop
paying
it.
for it.
Stop it.
Stop it.
She is not in
I don't
Thailand
know
and
what
Bali
y'all
by
talking about.
herself.
No,
her
Harry is
girlfriend.
there with her.
Thailand.
Harry's in the back, putting water and slicking it back with his motherfucking Muhammad shorts.
100%.
Bermuda
You know
on
that's
that
it
I don't
right
know
next
what
to
y'all
it.
talking about.
Boy, cause
I think my ladies out here balling themselves. I don't know what y'all talking
Boy,
about.
I swear.
Ladies,
They won't
do
keep
your
see
thing.
the one thing about it, they won't keep
They
it
gonna
100.
keep it a buck
I don't
like
know why
us,
they
bro.
won't, but they gonna call us out on everything.
They gonna call us out
Oh,
on
you the one
everything.
called
Y'all go ahead and
yourself
agree. Go ahead and
You
agree.
the one
Yeah.
said that you would have been out
Women,
there. I'm saying,
can we agree that
nah,
women are
not
more
me.
of a savage than men are?
No, they way
Hell,
sad.
I agree.
You
And-
gotta say
But
that.
see, okay, the reason
Let's say
why
that.
Come on now.
I feel like women can get away with a lot
Tell me why.
easier. But that's because of what Leticia just said. She said that we don't have to post everything. You see a girl on the trip, you ain't gonna see who behind that camera. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like,
guys are
y'all
okay
like to
being
show all
off
of it.
the scene. Like,
Yeah,
we'll be dating you and you ain't gotta do, and nobody has to know.
Nobody has to know.
We'll be
Y'all
okay.
want people to know.
Y'all want,
No,
but then when the
that's
guy
not
got
true.
somebody and the girl like him, then they want to show us off.
No.
And they
yeah.
want to put us on
There
blast.
you go.
Y'all
I ain't
women
even
ain't
ready
gonna
for
put
pictures
y'all women
with
ain't
you
gonna put the guy on blast, especially if it's a you don't know if he
If
he
that,
your man.
yeah.
You don't know what he really doing, so you can't put him out
Yeah.
there yet. So
Yeah.
you're gonna just hold off.
You gonna hold off?
Y'all
Dang.
know y'all agree. Until
Yeah.
y'all know he 100% solid, and y'all know he ain't got 3 or 4 other ones in the background.
Yeah.
Y'all not
that's
gonna
just
show him.
stupid though. Like, why would I put out a man claiming he mine if I know he outside?
Yeah.
You don't know. I'm
That
just
just
saying.
looks
You don't
good.
know yet, though.
No,
don't
you know.
you know.
We know.
You can act like you don't know. You know.
What a-
I knew about
What
you
a
when I met
caliber,
you.
what a
You was a
caliber of
playboy.
man you have, you gonna take a while before you
So
put it
let
out
me
there.
ask you this. You said you knew he was a playboy when you met
100%.
him. So did y'all go through a period where he had to wean himself off being a damn playboy?
He lied about having a whole girlfriend. When
Oh my gosh, he did the same
That man ain't had no girlfriend.
He did what?
You
Lied.
gonna get that man a
Why
girlfriend?
you gonna get that man a girl?
Didn't
Yes.
I had a whole man. I broke up with him. I thought he was single. Come to find out, he had a whole chick.
I was single,
that,
baby.
No, you weren't.
I
So
was
how
single.
did it come out, and how did you get past
See
it?
that? It
Okay.
always come on us.
See, he don't want to talk about this.
Yeah,
Okay, let's
listen.
go, Leticia.
Yeah, he lied for sure. But I'm till this day, I'm still the girl who stole her man. Listen.
Oh man,
Right.
this is
Listen,
hilarious.
to this day.
Oh shoot, she gonna see this.
Yeah, let it go. He wasn't
Bruh
for the
said,
streets
"Oh,
then.
man."
He watching this. He
This
wasn't
shit
even
was-
yours then. He was for the streets.
That's what I be saying.
Listen, no, I was young and I got with him and I was dating,
Uh-huh.
but I didn't have no man. He had a girlfriend. Now he was all in. This man told me I was his wife after 3 days. Okay,
Girl!
this man told me he loved me. We together every single day. This man is moving out of his condo and moving in with this girl. I'm out packing his stuff, not even knowing
Oh
they
my
are about to live
gosh.
together this whole time. So after a
Had to
while of
make sure.
realizing that I can't come to the house all of a sudden, it's like he has to be honest and be like, I'm in a situation, but I'm about to get out of it. And so I was like,
Let me
broke
girl.
my heart. It broke my heart. So I went back outside. But this went on for a while So finally, I was like, yo, I'm done. I cut him off. I did a whole fast forward. I changed my number because back then they didn't have block. I was like, that's it. It's a wrap. I'm done.
She did.
And then after that time period of cutting him off, it was 40 days. He was like, I called him to see if I was still over him. And I wasn't. So
I know exactly what you mean.
But after that, he left. He packed all his stuff the same day and ain't left my house since.
Do you understand this is the same story? Let me tell you how slick he was.
What happened?
He was living, him and his girl was living together. Once me and him got together, we was living in 2 different cities at the same time. This dude goes and gets a whole loft apartment separate from his house with this girl. Every time I come in town, I stay with him. Not knowing that he got this appointment because this loft apartment, because this was a separate house that I could come to and stay with him in.
Right.
Got you.
I know the truth.
We was building, baby. We was building.
He did the same thing to me.
I'm
not knowing that really and then he leaving and coming back in the morning, all early in the morning. I'm just thinking he's going out.
I was working.
No, working doing
Checking
what?
at the house.
Girl, he had a whole, and it's funny because once I cut him off, he called me, like, I let him go. It took a couple weeks, but he called my phone like 30 times in one day. And I finally answered to see if I was still over him. I wasn't, just like you just said.
Right.
He moved to where I was at, and we've been together ever since. Same exact thing.
Oh, man, that is hilarious.
Did you ever have words with the girl?
Hell yeah! Words with her. She called me. She called me.
He was out of town.
Girl, let me say hello.
I can't even lead them women, man.
It's a lot of growth.
It
At the end of
is.
the day, anybody can make it. You just got to know what you want, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes it don't start out pretty, but it can get there.
But it gotta be hard
It
to
can
see
get
y'all online, because I know it gotta be hard for his exes. They
That's
see
what I
us.
said.
We
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
TV, we in
Y'all fly
in the
so
room.
they like, it's hard.
ugh.
And you gotta think, especially when you have an ex that has not elevated and their partner is nowhere near
They ain't
what
got-
you
or they not
yours
married at
is,
all.
or they not married at all, then it hurt their soul to see you doing good with a beautiful woman by your side.
Yeah.
So I didn't know this girl would even still be
No,
thinking
I
about
didn't
him, but
either.
this just happened
I
last
didn't
year.
Yeah.
That was
I mean, he
wild.
even got married. We done had 2 kids since then.
Yeah,
and you
that's
still
crazy.
But-
literally stalking his family. Like, girl, like, what do you expect to achieve? He's like, no. He has,
It be sick to their soul. Like, even
Yeah.
for us, I know, like, people swore we wasn't gonna make it. You gotta understand, he was successful athlete at the time. I was a young single mom. I was dating a rapper. I ain't been to college. I got a deadbeat baby daddy. So on paper, she just something for him to do right now. She ain't got nothing going on that, she was successful. She was established, had way more going on paper than me. So in her mind, yeah, you just a little something he messing with in the clubs.
But look at y'all.
Yeah.
And see, this is the thing. He saw like something else in you than what somebody else would see on paper.
Right,
Like,
right.
And see, that's why I feel like when you put 2 people that are destined to be together, like what y'all can create together is way better than what y'all can do apart.
100%.
Like, do you feel like you wouldn't be who you are today without?
100%. Without my wife, it's a no-brainer. I don't know where I would be today, but one thing I think a lot of people just get confused sometimes. A lot of people always say a woman can't change a man. He gonna be, but the right woman,
It can change.
100% to make a man start doing things extraordinary, flip his whole life around, start, build a family with, because something we see in that woman that we didn't see in the mother. It don't matter
100%.
on paper, she had all kind of money, the best life ever. If she's not the one, she's not the one.
Yeah.
We're just not gonna do right. But when you meet that one, you'll flip everything. You'll flip your world upside down just to make sure she's a part of your life. And I think for me and him, it was that. We was with one we thought was good, but when we got down, we were like, boy, this is it.
That's it, man. I'm playing, bro.
I don't know what I thought I was doing, but
Yeah.
this is the one. So at that point in time, you'll do whatever it takes
Yeah.
to make sure you nourish and take care of that relationship the way it's supposed to be done.
Yeah.
So without her, I don't know where I would be. But
See,
it was perfect for us.
The right one will help you learn more about yourself.
100%.
So you probably found yourself more with her than you did with anybody else, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Well, she
definitely.
definitely got me closer to God, because trying to understand this woman and make her happy and not keep catching that heat, I had to go to God first.
100%.
Well, whatever you want me to do with this child of yours, please help me. Just
tell me.
Give me that understanding. Give me that understanding I need, because, boy, I don't know what this go end up being. So,
Yes.
but it's
Yeah.
a good thing, though. It's
Yeah.
a good thing.
And
And
see,
I think
I-
we grow together.
I think so too. And I love when we have conversations like this and you get to the perspective of another successful man who was already, that dude before he got with his wife, but then they grew together. Because I feel like sometimes like there's this perception that like a strong man like doesn't want another strong woman.
I
Like
agree.
doesn't want a
There is
strong
a
woman. Or doesn't
perception.
want somebody who is gonna make him think outside of his comfort zone or elevate or check him on certain stuff.
100%.
But I love to see like 2 men who have done that, who have pretty much changed their lifestyle for their wife, for their woman, and like can agree that look, it's her world and we together and like we get into it, and I'm a strong man, but she's a strong woman, and I can handle that.
Yeah.
And everybody don't see that. And I feel like sometimes when you grow up, like with your friends and stuff, like sometimes like that group you had as friends is only one Beyonce and it's only one Jay-Z.
Yeah.
So you gotta grow outside of who you grew up with, because those men, some of those people that you grew up with, they can't even relate to your lifestyle and the type of woman you have, type of relationship. So when you grow up and you get around different circles of different people, I love to converse with other couples who have that same dynamic, because like not a lot of people have this type of dynamic where they have two strong people that are just both fly and ambitious and really, really in love.
Yeah.
And it's such an inspiration. And that's part of the reason why we started the podcast, so people can see like, it's okay for a man to say, look, she be checking me sometimes. But this is what I am now, you know.
Yeah.
And to me, I want a woman who's strong, who got ambition, who got passion, because if she wasn't that, then in the day it's all relying on me. So I want to know that if I fall today, my wife can hold the fort down.
That's real.
I want to know that if I start this business, I got a person beside me who can help me scale this business and take it where it need to be. Because 100% women, intuition, and just something about what y'all know, be like, no, he not right.
Yeah.
100%.
She'll make me pivot so fast. Just off the principle, something about him I don't like, baby. And I don't even know what it is. And at that point in time, I'd be like, all right, baby. And I'll move different just off of that.
Yeah.
And they got so much game and so much knowledge, so why wouldn't you have it? Women are successful out here. If I got one that's strong, I want her with me.
I want her with me.
Right.
If you don't, I think you're an insecure man. You got some insecurities you're dealing with if you want a woman who just feel like she has to depend on you for everything.
I wouldn't
Who want that? I wouldn't want that, because what's she gonna do when I'm out hustling, doing what I'm doing? I gotta come home. She's just sitting there, like, baby, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Waiting on me to give you direction. Oh, baby, you gotta
baby, I got this. Yeah, boo. You know?
Yes. That's a beautiful thing.
So being heavily on social media and things like that, has that ever got in y'all way, like DMs?
We laugh at a lot of it. I think the blessing for us in this stage is that we got together before social media was a big thing. On our original page was actually, we were so corny, it was Mr. and Mrs. Gardner, right? And then I jumped into the entrepreneur world. So I'm like, I'm going to start up my own page because I want to argue about what I want to post and what you want to post or whatever when it comes to the business or whatever. So that's how it kind of started. But we are heavy on, I'm not talking to no men or answering things. So when certain guys or certain people slide in my DM, I show it to him. Now he might go check him or something, but that's on the side. And vice versa. We don't do outside opposite sex friends. We don't do none of that. We don't move like that. Like, and people always call that insecure. I'm like, call me what you want.
But
crazy.
Stay
you
out.
have
Don't
to
touch my
protect
stuff.
what's yours. You have to protect this union. So it's just boundaries to protect. It's not about that. If I'm worried about if she's doing that, but in the day I have to protect this.
I gotta protect
So why would I let another man act like he could be that close to her? No. Friend, no friend, because I already know every man. Friend, no friend.
I know
how the opportunity.
I know how you think.
I already know how you think. So I'm not finna play them games. You gonna get yourself hurt playing with me. So we not playing them games.
So we've got like other, couples, friends and stuff like that. But I ain't going to lunch with no man. I ain't crying and vice versa. Ain't no woman calling my husband like, hey, Rod. No, we not doing none of that.
We're not doing all of that.
We're not doing none of that.
Can't play them games.
So you have had to check somebody in her DM before?
We won't say no names.
Yeah, I had a couple times. Well, what they did is they played in her DM. Not necessarily trying to, but like leaving like
hearts and stuff.
Hearts and goddamn champagne glasses. Playing with me,
bro.
And then all of a sudden, a couple weeks later, they hit me up talking about, man, I need you to help me get my body right and all this. And I hit them back. I said, fam, that's all cool, but first off, you better stay out my wife's DM before we have a problem. Oh, man, I didn't know that was your wife. I just saw her. I said, how you didn't know? Because you found me through her, so you had to know. So I let him know that. I said, so we go ahead and get this out the way clear, just so you know I know.
Yeah.
Now we might have a conversation. Yeah. But I had to let
like
him know.
they don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, that was
You look
funny.
at both our pages. I think you can tell.
It's pretty obvious.
But I'm going to make it known that I know.
Yeah, for sure.
But we don't have too many issues. I think a lot of people respect what we have.
That's
I don't think we get a lot of playing in our DMs like that.
That's right.
I think people might try that early on when they don't know it's real.
Yeah.
But I think when they find out, like, oh, this is what they do.
Yeah, I think I dealt with that more in the beginning. Like when we first decided, when we got married and social media, it was still new because that was, a decade ago. But I would get a lot of that before. Oh, I used to know Rod in his penthouse. He used to have parties. It'd be like, okay, what are you doing? What you want me to do with that now?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I think people know not to play with me or him. So for the most part, we don't really, I think people are pretty respectful for what we got. I think we stand on that enough.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
And I feel like a man can tell, like in some cases, some people just reckless. But I feel like the way you carry yourself is going to limit a lot of that.
100%.
It won't eliminate it, but it will limit it. You know,
it
will limit
it does. When you carry yourself a certain type of way and you can tell a certain couple don't play about each other, then you don't have to worry about when your name is clean in these streets, it says something different. How he acts when he's not with me, how I carry myself when I'm not with him. That's the type of stuff that where your DMs get crazy. Because now if you're moving differently behind my back, then that's going to show up. But when you're not, people don't play with it the same, I think.
And I think that's a big issue. A lot of people need to stop playing on social media and be 100. Stop acting like you live in a certain lifestyle. Because in the day, who you try to confuse? We see you in the street. We can see you. Bruh. So when you online acting like y'all this power couple, y'all doing this like, fam, I see you. And that's what he would be like, I see him. So how are they online? And then they just a bad look.
It's a bad
look for them. But then as long as they, for the cameras, they just want to keep working on.
I tell anybody, you gotta do more work.
Do what you gotta do, but
you gotta do more work off camera than you do on.
For sure.
Atlanta is a high school.
Hell yeah.
You don't hear stuff for no reason. You know what I'm saying? And when you meet people, you're like, oh, okay. Everybody do whatever you want to do. All I'm saying is I hate that it gives marriage such a bad rap out here too, because it really can be a beautiful thing. It's not easy all the time, but it's dope when you got somebody that's riding with you.
And we got a responsibility, especially as men. Because other men are watching who's in the same situation. So even him, he might start seeing me online. He might not follow me, but he see me. And if all of a sudden he find out I done fell off the wagon, and he find out, oh, he's not. Now all of a sudden y'all get into an argument. He like, well, ain't no brother out here keeping it 100, so why I have to? So when we have responsibilities to each other, like, hey man, we not the only ones. We got so many other men depending on us as leaders to show them what it looks like to raise a healthy family and to build a legacy that's something you can lean back on, look back on and say, hey, man, we did that. That's strong.
We always see it as
so we hold each
than
other
us.
accountable. So I always look at it like it's bigger than me because I know I got too many brothers out here watching me and they're like, if Rod fall, a lot of men go, I'm going with him. They just hold on because they like, if he can hold on, I can hold on. Bro, but if I go down, it feels like a lot of brothers be like, hey, man, I give up too.
But the crazy part about with his transition, because he was so outside before. Like when we got together, people swore he moved out of Atlanta. That's how crazy his transition was from like doing he's serving at church now. He's doing all the things outside of what he used to be. I remember being out one time and they was like, boy, if Rod can do it, I can. Or if they be like, your husband's who? Man, he's the reason why I'm outside. I said, well, he ain't outside no more. So I think that was earlier on, but it's still a different motivation when there's certain men that live certain lifestyles that's transitioned to something great. It kind of gives them a sense of hope.
That's exactly what I was saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of men didn't have fathers in their households to show them examples. So they looking at their peers in a sense to be like, well, dang, I want that.
Yeah, we got to keep doing the work. Like that's why I'm so in this health and taking care of your body and lifestyle because that matters.
Hell yeah.
Marriage and just being loyal, that sounds good. But boy, when you look the part and y'all keeping yourself together and I got something I can look at and be proud of, it says a lot. Like I can get over argument way faster when she walk out that shower. I ain't as bad as I was earlier.
Get your ass over
here. And I think it's vice versa when a man look at a husband be like, man, I got myself something. It says a lot, you know? So in the day, it can hold y'all together with y'all in the moments and them seasons that ain't as pretty and it ain't and it's hard. But that can hold you together because like, man, we still out here looking fly though. You better not go nowhere.
Yeah. And see, that's what I feel like taking care of yourself is a big part of taking care of your relationship.
100%.
Like, seriously. And that's why, like, sometimes when I see these beautiful women that are like, they're in shape, they look good, and they with a man that's like, I'm sorry, overweight, whatever, like, just don't care. He thinks just because he got money that he could just not take care of himself.
I don't understand that.
I don't understand it. I don't understand
then
it.
that's when she over there with the trainer getting her head knocked out.
You talking about she doing the nice thing.
They doing them stretches.
You see what I'm saying? So she might love the situation and the money, but at the end of the day, we all know what time it is.
Yeah.
He threatened. He gonna be
enough
threatened.
money in the world to me. I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't get it.
I can't. That's just.
I don't get it. And we in Atlanta.
But women do it all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
They do.
I'm so confused on how they able to live, but I don't know.
They not happy for real.
But they not happy because then that's when the guys we talking about end up got them stories. Be like, yeah, boy, I done did. Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, but they ain't gonna tell. You gonna think everything's sweet, but no, she over there.
They be knowing.
They be knowing.
Yes. So that's why y'all got to get into all these body transformations, y'all, because seriously, that is a part of a healthy relationship. Like you just said, Rod, like when I see him, we can be in an argument. It don't matter. He just walk in the house. I'm like, damn, he's so fine. I can't even stay mad at him. Like, I just want to touch him. I want to kiss him.
I said, if you weren't so fine, I probably left you alone a couple times.
Every day. How many times have I said that to you? Oh, my goodness. So, man, it does matter. Your physique and the way you take care of yourself matters to your woman. Some girls ain't going to tell you, though. I don't know why they don't. Because if I had, I feel like we motivate each other. You know what I'm saying?
You have to.
Yeah.
I don't think you care about your spouse enough if you allow your spouse to just let their stuff go. Because in the day, they're going to end up being a liability.
Yeah.
Right.
So all y'all building, y'all going to have to spend that to try to keep that person alive. So why not be proactive and make sure y'all just take care of yourself so y'all can live that long, prosperous life. 100%. And all of a sudden, we not in the hospital worried about all these doctor bills and now we got this, what's the app called they be having? GoFundMe account, trying to raise this money. We don't want, we don't care. You see it all the time, but it be like, fam, majority of all the unhealthiness, all
comes
these
from food,
issues everybody dealing with is all from food, lifestyle.
So tell us more about your company that helps people manage this.
So we got a functional wellness clinic. So it's all about performance, preventative, and weight loss. So anti-aging. So our hormone clinic is a lot for men and women. As we get older, our hormones change. We become different people, but we have different hormones that you can take to actually give you that lifestyle you used to have. It can give you that optimal lifestyle you used to be when you were younger.
I didn't know that.
Oh my God,
so we sell stuff.
good.
Our peptide protocol is amazing. So when we talk about anti-aging, sexual desire back, losing body fat. My wife is on all of it.
She's on all of it. Because I'm about to be 40.
Yeah.
Right? And he's 47. Okay. So, when people look at us, they're like, oh, I didn't think you were that old or, whatever. But I'm like, yeah, but we can look and feel younger because of all the peptides and nutrition and the health, stuff that helps. And even as women, if you have kids, his testosterone level is like a 15-year-old boy. Okay,
right.
It's hard to keep up sometimes.
Right.
So when I'm struggling, it's like I don't want you to feel not desired, but every day is like, oh, give me a minute. But there are peptides and things as women that I can take that I'm like, oh,
really?
And it's just life.
I can sit on the couch.
It's just life as you get older. As you get older, with the estrogen in women goes down. That's when we go through premenopause, menopause. It's just life.
Yeah.
But we have so many things out here, so many biohacking that we can do to actually combat that and change that for you to live a better life.
Wow.
So our functional wellness clinic is telemed, so you can get it all shipped to your house. You can just do a consult online through Zoom, and you ain't even got to go into the clinic. So I do all 50 states across the board.
Yeah. That is amazing.
And then we got Rep Nation Supplement, which is your natural supplements like creatine, proteins, your regular vitamins, your essentials.
You get all that online as well.
All that online.
Okay.
That is so dope. So I'm 39 too. Are you 39?
Yep, 39.
Okay, so I get it.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean. He's 40.
Yeah.
So I know what you're saying.
And I'm 47, so it's like, we got to keep it together.
Yeah. Got to keep it together.
Yes.
But the things that help you, like, you don't have to suffer in silence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think when we go to a regular doctor and they're like, oh, I'm having hot sweats, or I'm my libido, or I'm just so tired, and they act like that's normal. Like, no, there are things that actually help you so that you're not struggling. Like, I'm not so tired, or my libido is back in place so I can keep up. Because I think doing that and being proactive is a part of honoring your marriage in a sense. You know? Okay. You don't want to be a couple out here that's not touching each other anymore because you just tired. That opens up the gate for the devil to come in to play, and you don't want to do that. You want to make sure you're closing every door. Not to mention, I don't want my kids to have to take care of me. You know? So making sure that we're staying on that is like top.
Because your primary care physician only looks at the problem. If it's no problem, you don't have an underlying issue,
they
you're
don't
not
enhance
sick.
it.
They don't care about you don't feel well, my hormones not what they used to be. Are you sick? No, I'm not sick. Then you're okay, go about your business. So a lot of men come to me all the time because their testosterone be, as a 70-year-old man, they be 30s and 40s, but their testosterone levels are that low. But their doctors say that's normal. I'm like, no, that's not normal. Your testosterone level supposed to be 800-900. You at 200-300. So you're going to feel the effects of fatigue, can't lose body weight, your metabolism, your sex drive gone, you ain't got no drive, period, because that's what we use as men is our testosterone. So you wonder why your man can't get off the couch. And it's just something you can
muscle
do.
Building,
but if you don't know, you don't know. So we try to make it known to, hey, brother, we got things that we can do that can help you in 100%. That area of your life.
You don't know. That's true because, like, I've never even heard of all of this. But that's like, really exciting to me. It's amazing that you guys are bringing it to the forefront. Because, like, Black people, like, we be like, if we ain't never heard of it, then we skeptical about it. You know what I'm saying? How safe it is and all of that.
Yeah.
But the fact that y'all use it yourselves,
100%. I be online doing injections all the time, and I was like, "You always injecting something. Like, you be doing too much." I'm like, "You're not doing enough." But hey,
right?
Don't be mad at me when I'm snatched around here.
Yeah, that's right.
Shit, I feel like you gotta do what you gotta do. Cause like sometimes I look at people that I've known since we were kids, and I see them, and I feel like,
I be like, damn,
is this what 40 is supposed to look like?
No,
40.
Like, damn,
No, you never gonna look like that. Like, are you supposed to look like
You
that?
don't.
No.
You don't.
know.
You don't.
But when you don't know, you don't know. And then
know.
when you looking at it and it just looks like an injection, everyone thinks everything is fake. Oh, you got to be. No, these are actually things that your body produces. It just stops over time.
And it's also our
These
lifestyle. Now,
are-
we're going to 100% live a healthy lifestyle. We eating right. We eating the right foods.
Yes.
We taking care of our body on that front as well.
I don't work
But
out
we're
as much
going
as
to do the
him, but-
enhancements as well
Yeah.
to make sure that we getting everything possible that's
Yeah.
going to make our life optimal.
100%.
I know,
Yes.
You only live once, y'all.
You don't live
Yeah.
once. You have to take care of
And your
yourself.
body
Only
is
got one
simple.
body.
Yes.
Because if you
fine
don't,
forever.
it's going to take care of you.
100%.
Shit,
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
and we don't want that. I'd rather have 1,000 problems being healthy than one problem being sick.
Yeah, I'd rather be talked about that, but I look like this and you look like that. So talk what you want.
Okay.
Say
So
what
tell
you
me
want.
this. What's the longest y'all ever went without sex? Outside of y'all taking the cookie off the table back then.
Right.
But like, I guess maybe in like the past 5 years since y'all have been.
I can tell you.
How long?
Do you know? Because you probably exaggerate.
I don't know. How long you
When
think
we
it's
were
been?
beefing, I was like, it was almost 3 weeks.
For real?
Damn.
No, not when you came. Not
That's
not
about
until you
2.5
came to the
years.
office.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
With the office?
Yes. You talking in code.
Dang, I ain't know it was that long.
That was a long time.
That's a long time.
It was
She was beefing
almost-
though. She was tripping.
Yeah.
She is
I was
tripping.
tripping too though.
It was his fault.
It was my fault.
Did you even try?
Him
Oh,
for
100%.
sure.
I
You
kept
tried.
trying. She
Oh,
went ahead and
okay.
done
Oh,
that.
she was standing up.
She was standing on business.
She was standing on
standing on
business.
Nope. And then I would do the most too while I was tripping, like send him videos and do things that
Oh, yeah, she
Oh, you was teasing.
Oh,
She'll be
man.
petty.
Oh, my
She'll be-
goodness.
she'll
Now
be
you
petty.
playing.
Yeah,
she
you
being petty. She
playing
do
with
that. That's what I'm
man.
saying.
You said
But I
she
don't
was
understand
petty.
why they like to use it as a weapon. We
It's
can't
not a
do
We
that.
can't do that.
But y'all to use that as a weapon.
I'm
Why
trying
would
to help you help
please help me
yourself in the
understand
meantime.
something.
No, let's talk about
Let's
that.
talk about that.
Why
Because
do
the Bible
y'all
says that's
use that
wrong.
as a weapon?
The Bible says it's
That's
wrong.
a
Your
weapon.
body's not
It's-
your
it's
own.
listen, it's
The
a
Bible
I
says
need
your
it.
body's not your own.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day,
And I
why
was
when y'all
showing you
mad,
it.
y'all want to use that
They
as
use
a
it
weapon?
like a
It's
real
not being
weapon.
mad, it's the emotional connection that you need. And if I don't like you, I don't want you.
Dang.
No, but you still got responsibility. to me.
Responsibility?
Yes.
Crazy.
Yes.
Well,
Why
To
would you
us.
play
Why
with a
would you-
man like that? Why would you do that to your... When you do that to me, why would you do
Y'all
that to
have a
me?
responsibility to make sure that we're in a good emotional place to want to
100%.
have sex
Thank
with you.
you.
How about that?
Thank you. Thank you.
What's your
Thank
response
you.
to that, Rod?
So hey, so
So
what
what I'm saying, we not gonna
Right.
always, boy, that's too,
Well,
that's
we
too,
not gonna
that's too high of an
always either.
expectation to put on me that I
Well.
can emotionally keep you in the same place. Sometimes you can't keep yourself in a good place.
Yeah.
So how I'm gonna take that
That's-
responsibility on
that's
my
true.
own?
How
long-
I can try,
how
but
long-
I'm not
Try.
gonna always.
I'm not going to get that right
Yeah, I'm
all
not
the
gonna
time.
get it right
How
all the
long
time.
you been doing good though? Because so far you don't have no issues keeping me emotionally
Yeah, I've been
safe.
good.
That's
I've been,
it.
I've
So
been,
you do know
I've
how
been
to
very
live 3 weeks.
intentional. I have been very intentional.
See,
Okay,
so
so
you
then-
can do it.
So you can.
No, the
And don't
day,
get me wrong.
the day you weren't in a good mood had nothing to do with me.
No, but I
See what I'm
told him.
saying? What about when the
Ain't
shit
had
ain't got
nothing
nothing to do with
I
it?
tell him,
I ain't do nothing wrong.
no.
I ain't say nothing wrong.
And what did I tell you? I told him, I said, look, babe, I don't know what it is. I was on these progesterone pills, and sometimes when my hormones are out of whack and when you have to take stuff to kind of help you, I told him, I said, these particular ones make me feel like, ugh, so I don't take them anymore. But I had took some the other day. And I told him, I said, I feel like, ugh, like I'm in a funk. It's not you. I don't want you to think I'm bothered by you. I'm just a little annoyed by everything right now. And I don't know why, because there's nothing wrong. So I made clear to him, like, hey, it's not personal. It's not you, but I'm having a day. So that he knows that I'm not attacking him or coming at him, but maybe
Well,
to
this
handle
part
me
of
a
your
little
growth.
bit
This
more
part of your
gentle.
growth now, but a while ago, it wouldn't have went that way. I would have called all
Well,
the smoke too.
Oh, you would have
I
called
would
all
have
the
called
smoke.
the smoke too.
But you know
I would
what,
have answered
though?
the phone.
Already
I would
know.
have did something that she ain't like or said something. She would have went off
It's
on me.
been
And I'd
so
be like,
long.
where that
Yeah,
come from?
I'm a great communicator.
Yeah, I
That's
just
the
feel like,
growth in her.
as a woman, we have hormones that we literally cannot control. We might
100%.
wake up and
It
be
is.
mad at the world for no reason, and
No
we cannot
reason.
tell you why, and we cannot turn it off.
Right.
I feel like as a man, y'all should understand that, and y'all should know when to either give us our space or give us like a reason to like feel good, like
How
make
we-
us feel
how we
better.
gonna know that?
How?
That's so nice.
That's
Well,
what I'm
how
asking.
do you-
How do
I
you?
told
How
you.
do I
I
do
feel
that?
like y'all should not be like like y'all should not react to us.
No, I know.
I just do.
That part.
I just like y'all should not react. Like, I feel like y'all should.
Well, this shit ain't real.
Let me get it
This
off,
shit ain't
please.
real, bro.
At all. She said we should react because we know that at this moment I'm going through something that might not have nothing to do with you, but I just went off on you because you didn't bring me the right, cereal when you came upstairs. And now you said I don't care about you, and I'm like, how is this?
And you be like, how you get that shit out of that?
And now we all confused, and I'm over here being defensive.
Well, then you should be able
we
to
got your whole
appreciate
argument.
when
We ain't
I
talking.
tell you it's not you right now.
No,
but
I do. That's why I
just
say that's
handle
the
me
growth
with
in you.
care.
You're doing amazing right now.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the growth in her.
So when when you do that, and the man go, hey, all right, I got you, babe. I'm going. He don't even say I'm going. He just finna go his way, go get on this man time, may go upstairs, may go handle his own, and then you come around. Hey, baby, I'm back. Like, hold on, you just can't.
Yes, you should. No, that's when you.
No,
should.
you need to explain yourself. Like, baby, I'm
But
feeling
if I
back
already-
good
you can-
now.
Okay, but see, that's the thing. Like, I feel like with him, that's why I brought it up because. All right, we do go up and down. When I'm up, I feel like you need to just be up with me. It shouldn't be like no adjustment period where you like, well, you was just pissed off.
Like, how do I
Y'all
supposed
like,
to
y'all
know
have
that
to
you
manage your emotions
Man,
better.
this shit is good. Like,
what do y'all think about that?
She said you gotta manage your emotions better.
Yeah, like,
You gotta manage your emotions better.
Y'all gotta do better than us.
He only got two emotions, happy or sexy. That's it.
Oh, okay.
That's the
Hey.
only two emotions.
Well, we always want to be happy.
We
We
always
want
wanna
the
be
peace.
happy,
We
man.
want the
I'm
peace.
talking
We want the peace. So we don't even be
No.
wanting to entertain it
Man,
when
she could
y'all
be. I could tell a
in that
joke.
mode.
She could be mad. I'm just trying to crack a joke. Hey,
That ain't
let's
working.
laugh now. That wasn't really funny. All right, man. I'm gonna go watch some comedy. I'm gonna catch back up with you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm always trying to lighten the
I'm just
mood.
trying to lighten the mood.
I'm
man.
not there yet.
Yeah,
Give me
yeah.
a minute.
Yes.
That's him. That's him. He'll always do a joke. I'll be like, it's not time. I'm not back.
Like,
I'm like,
man.
you're the one that's
but our
bipolar.
counselor has told us that in the day when you've been intentional and she gives you the opportunity where she might say, babe, can you ask you something? That's the time to turn in when you know she giving you a time that she needs your attention. So you got to be able to turn in and give her your undivided attention.
Okay.
Because
Who
if
is
you
his
don't,
counselor? Who is his counselor?
and I've
Because
learned,
he told you right.
and that's what I learned. Because if we
Yeah.
don't, then that's another opportunity where she feel like, hey, you don't care about me. You're not care about my feelings, my emotions, and now we back on the same path again.
Yes.
So she'll like, Rob, when it could be, baby, can you come open this jar of jelly? I don't know, but turn in and be like, hey, baby, here you go, sweetie. Is there
Turn
anything
in.
else I
Turn
need? Yeah, turn in.
I'm gonna start saying that. Turn in.
You need to turn
I'm
in.
gonna turn in. I'm ready now. Turn in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be using that.
All this you.
I'm gonna be using that. Okay, so let me ask y'all something. Y'all still do counseling?
What? Yes,
So-
we do. Expensive counsels, too.
Really?
No, he just complained about the price.
How often?
Well, we
like
can go
maybe
every
once or
2
twice a
weeks.
month.
Yeah, about 2 times a month.
And it helps.
100%.
100%.
Because we also we have these check-ins that we do every week now.
Mhm.
So she don't bring up issues as frequent. So some things she'll hold internally.
Right. So this is one
Go
tool he
ahead,
gave
tell
us. He gave us. So he told us because we can be very emotional sometimes as women, and sometimes they're like feel like attacked or thrown off. So not to give him too much all at one time, because if it comes out of nowhere for him, then he feels like an attack. Now you
Yeah,
want
I'm
to defend
defensive.
yourself instead of validate my feelings, right? Which is where the disconnect really happens. So what I've been practicing now is we do a weekly check-in every week, same time. So if there's things that bother me throughout the week, okay, I'm gonna write that down. And we're
that
going to
she
talk
don't
about
need
it.
to address right then.
I don't have to address in the moment because emotions are high in the moment.
Yes.
So it's probably going to come off hard anyways because I know me. I'm going to go there, especially if you're not listening. Right? So now I've learned to okay, process it for a second, write it down, bring it up in the check-in. So that way he's prepared that, hey, there's probably going to be some things in this check-in that maybe I didn't recognize or didn't see, but he's in a place to receive it because
And I can
he
validate
knows
because
it's
I know
time.
we're in a safe place. Like, this is our time to talk about emotions,
Okay.
our feelings, whatever's bothering you. Or not
Good
bothering. It can be
stuff.
all happy
It can
stuff,
be
too.
good
It don't
stuff,
have to
too,
always be a
yeah.
problem. But we just check in every week and say, baby, how the week going? You know,
This
how you
bothered
doing?
me, or I'm going to affirm this. Hey,
Is
you
there
did
anything
really
you want to
good
talk about that I
during
didn't do, or
this.
something you want to discuss? Then we
Yeah.
had an opportunity to bring up on both sides.
On
So
both
she got to
sides.
listen, I got to listen, and we got to validate, and and that's how we able.
And learn
but
to
it
really
gives us
hear
that
each
time
other.
to get to a safe place.
That's right.
Right.
Because
And
sometimes y'all
process
just
it.
hit us and we blindsided and we wasn't ready.
We
Now
wasn't ready.
we
I
like,
don't know
what
what's-
you talking about? And now you like, oh, you defending. I'm like, I'm not defending, but you just said something. I don't even know what we get in the argument about.
Yeah,
What
and
did
then
I
we be in
do?
two different places because now he's offended and I'm like, you're missing the whole point.
Yeah.
And that could be about anything, the kids, work, whatever the case may be. So instead of just going off out of emotion, I've learned to kind of process, write it down so I can talk to him in a way that's still respectful.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
if I get loud and I get bothered and that jersey come out, and
she can get disrespectful. Real disrespectful.
Now I'm the bad guy.
Yes.
So to keep that connecting, learning how to fight fair, but also hear both sides and affirm him on the things that he's still doing good in, or vice versa, we've created that space. So that helps a lot.
That's good. I feel like it takes a lot of strength to table it, though.
100%.
Like, how did you get to the place where you could actually put it aside for now and then do that?
That was a process, but I think because I do want my marriage and I do want my husband to feel respected, right? And I know that in time of emotion, I can black out. Like, I don't hear nothing you saying. Now I'm getting mad and I'm only gonna go bigger.
She telling me what I'm thinking and I ain't even said nothing.
Come on,
she
now.
arguing with herself. I'm like, baby, I didn't even say that.
I didn't say I know you thinking.
She arguing with herself now.
Now she arguing with herself. So she'd have had a whole breakdown and run out the room and I'd be like,
listen, but I want to be a soft girl. Like, I want that for myself. I have been as hard as life has made me be, being on my own. And I want to get to that place where I can be soft, but I know that if I'm spitting fire, it ain't really a soft place for nobody. You know what I mean? So to be able to give us both the opportunity for me to have that and to be heard, then I have to respect that I can't give it to him however.
And everything is not going to be on check-in. It might be something we need to address then.
Right.
But it's like if it's small, so, we can get to nitpicking each other and start arguments over little stuff. You might just be in a space that morning and he ain't really did nothing. So instead of bringing it to him, you kind of just process it. So when you get to check-in, you be like, babe, you remember Tuesday morning? I was dealing with this. I had a dream, and now he can receive it because he in a place for it. But now if you got an issue that y'all need to address that day, then in the day you have to have that conversation.
Yeah, let's go talk about it. So not everything
I ain't
happens
saying everything has to be a check
in that week, but at least when you're giving yourself that time of space, it doesn't feel as on eggshells.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like, okay, you cool? Okay, I'm cool. You know what I mean? So you're kind of like, it just creates a safer space for sure.
Yeah.
Because you got to think about it, when you're in that mode of like, you're mad, then you get defensive anyway. Like, you don't even really hear it the way that
because you listen to respond. You
100%.
listen so you can respond. What you say?
We're not trying to validate. We ain't trying to validate no feelings.
Yeah,
we're trying to say, I did not say that. I didn't do that. That's not what I meant.
And that feels dismissive.
And I think that's the hardest thing when you be like...
Which creates more disconnect.
Yeah.
So, it's a battle for sure.
Because it's hard to try to understand the difference between this is not what I meant and how it made you feel. And it's like,
100%.
It's not what you're saying. I got to pay attention to what it made you feel.
Or how you're saying it. Because I've told him, it's like, what you're saying isn't wrong, but the way you're saying it, I can't receive it because it's got me feeling like I got to armor up and get ready to swing.
Right. So I try to validate the feeling. Baby, I didn't mean to make you feel that way or feel unappreciated or feel whatever. Not necessarily I agree with what you got a problem with.
Right.
I'm just telling you.
Focus on what it made me feel like despite.
I can validate that.
And I think people have to know that because like I said, we've been together 16 years, but I'm not 24 years old anymore. So my process isn't the same. I don't think the same. I've grown, he's grown. So we're constantly changing every few years. So to be able to sustain a healthy marriage, you have to constantly learn each other in new ways. So I don't think therapy should be something you go through one time and then it's off the table forever. Heck, I might go through grief or something different and life changes and stuff like that. I might need something different that maybe I didn't need before. So I think you have to grow with each other and that's a big part of it.
Nice.
And I mean, this is really a true example of putting in the work. Like we just talked about, marriage is not meant to be easy. It's just not meant to be easy, but it is meant to be, I feel like, beautiful and real.
100%.
And so the things that you just said, that takes real effort. It takes being intentional, and it takes really wanting it. I think some people, like, I don't know, I think...
They're just trying to do marriage. They're not really trying to live marriage. They're not trying to really put the work in, because you'll spend money on everything else. Your business, your focus, you'll spend all kind of money to grow that.
Yeah.
But then when you come to your marriage, you're like, but you ain't got one book. Y'all ain't went to one counseling class. Y'all ain't taking no trip. Y'all, you're not doing the work necessary to stay connected, because we definitely be different. Next year, I might be a whole different person from what I was last year. And she got to be able to handle that. I got to be able to learn from that, and we got to be able to keep this train going on the right track.
That's real.
So
that's real.
It is tough, but it's a good thing.
Yeah,
I love it, especially when you're doing marriage good. It's good.
Yeah, it's good. But I think the world everything's about your own happiness, right? That's what it teaches you. But the word teaches you is about being holy, and God will fulfill the rest. And I think that's where that's where the disconnect from, because God created marriage, you know what I mean? And he left a blueprint for us to honor each other in ways. And if we really followed that, you can really still have something amazing.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But
and
when
he
you're
never
doing it
said
outside
you're gonna
of
be
that,
happy all the time.
you're not gonna be happy all the
And he never
time.
said it's gonna be about you. Marriage is for you to be sacrificial, meaning I chose her to do everything I can for her, and hopefully she's doing the same thing for me.
100%.
And then
So
we can
wait,
work.
that's in the Bible?
100%.
Like, is it in the way that you just said it? Like, is there a scripture that kind of
It is.
points
one.
to that?
It's lots of it.
'Cause I'm curious, because like,
There's
my
a
phone
lot.
over
It
there.
also
I'll
says
definitely
submit
find it.
onto each other. But
Yeah.
the world will only tell you that it says wives submit to your husbands, forgetting the whole scripture before where it says
That's
submit
true.
onto each other.
That's
it's
true.
like, wait a minute, hold on now. Y'all are just in the Old Testament. I don't know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. You know
You
what I
gotta
mean?
think about it. You find the most joy when you're doing for somebody. You cry online when you see somebody helping somebody else out. You don't never see somebody out there balling on their own, talking about what they got. You ain't online crying, talking about, oh, I'm so happy he got that. But when somebody helps somebody or do something sacrificial or get somebody up when they was down, like that's what touches you. So if you always seeking that with your spouse, I'm always trying to make sure they're good. I'm always trying to help them. And if y'all serving each other, you'll find joy and purpose in that.
Yeah.
Instead of always seeking what you're doing for me. Because I'm never gonna be able to meet them expectations. I'm never gonna always make it happen. I swear, I wish I could, but I'm not God. And
when you focus only on what the person
God.
can do for you, then you never find fulfillment because it'll never be enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that's how we move anyways.
Yes.
dope,
Yeah.
man.
And see, I feel like when you find that special person, they make you want to sacrifice.
100%.
But when it's not something that you really into,
You ain't.
you ain't
What you
that's
doing
not
for
what
me?
you gonna do.
What you
like
doing
anything
for me?
else.
What you doing for me
Yes.
today?
Yeah.
Where we going? What trip we going on? We ain't going nowhere. I don't even want to be
Yes.
around you. And it's like, that's not the way life supposed to be. Not in
Yeah.
a relationship.
No.
Yeah.
That's the way they make it look, though, right?
That's
there.
what it
Right. They
make
get
it
caught up
look
on these
right now.
Instagram pictures. I'd be like, ooh,
Yeah.
baby.
Yes.
That ain't it.
How did you get there?
Yeah.
How did you get
I'm like, how did you get there?
Man. Dang, y'all just dropped some real knowledge. I feel
No,
like
that's
every
real.
conversation we have with couples is always different. And I feel like how we did, like I said, how I said before, like your relationship is rooted in faith
Yeah.
and like just real love. And
Yeah.
like
You can
y'all
tell
just
it's
kept
real.
it so
you know
real.
What I mean?
Yeah, I love the
no
energy.
act or nothing. Like, it's really what they do.
Like
No,
y'all
we
big
doing
on like
this for real.
vibes and energy and
Yeah.
stuff like that?
I mean,
Or is it
Yes.
more like spiritual? Like how do you, I don't know, like how do y'all gauge relationships, like when you just feel energy from other people? Like are y'all big on that, or are you just
yeah, no, for me, for sure. If I walk into, I think that's real. Like discernment is very real, and the spiritual welfare is very real. So if I walk into a room and it's just like, ooh, I don't know about this. Like he said, with certain people that come around him business wise, they speak, and I'm like, ooh, that makes my chest hurt. Something is not right about this man.
okay.
Yeah, we ain't signing nothing. We out of here. Type of energy for sure. So if I walk in a room where somebody gives me that, because I'm naturally a little guarded anyways. I'm super observant at first. Let me see how it goes. And I move from there. But I'm probably more like that than he is.
Okay.
He can talk to anybody. He's just cool. But
No,
I'm like,
but I do agree. It's a heart posture. It's a
It's a heart
heart
posture.
Because what's going on in here is what's going to come out of that.
yeah, what you
And
project.
you always going to see that. You know, if somebody got a great heart and they're great people and they just love people, you'll feel that energy.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
feel the
And when
energy.
somebody you know that's dead inside and got a lot going on, you can feel
gonna
that
feel
too.
that too.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can feel
yeah.
that too.
That's
So
true.
energy is good, but I just think it's what a connection here and then what's this doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if you pay attention to that, I think you'll be all right.
Yeah, you can say you can tell people who's full of it. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? You can
Yeah.
tell that like, oh y'all keep that
And
over
we done
there.
had
And it's
a
all
lot
good
of
and
people
it's all
come in and
love.
out of our life that we thought was cool, solid, and it end up, it ended up not working itself out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
real.
okay too. You
And
know?
that's okay,
but,
too.
Yeah.
It is.
No, it definitely is,
Dang,
man.
y'all was made for each other. You can tell. Like, oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
But we all go through stuff, so don't ever
Yeah.
think it is sweet.
All the
We'll
time.
be meeting with our pastors next week or next month, dealing with whatever
Better
heat
throw
is
him out.
he at.
Call it his mama, you better come get
it's just part of marriage, and it's part
Yeah.
of two people trying to become one. It's always gonna be something we do.
Yeah.
No, that's
Yes.
dope. And not to switch subjects too far, man. Not take you too far back. And was it 2001? You got drafted.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what that day was like for you, man?
Oh, that day was amazing.
It was amazing.
So I threw a whole block party. We shut down the whole block.
His baby mama was there. No.
You see how look? He can't even let him tell his great story.
I can't even have a moment.
He couldn't have his moment.
She won't even let me have a moment. The baby mama
Okay,
was.
my bad. Go ahead. Your mama.
No, but it was a great moment
Get it.
because at that time I was projected to go high in the first round.
Okay.
So the nervousness of the anticipation of, man, what pick am I going, what team I'm going to, that was crazy. But it was a great moment because my mom was there and, I was a mama's boy, grew up
Only child.
Oh,
so
okay.
for her to just get to experience that and be a
That's
part of
dope.
that journey, it was amazing.
That's
But
dope.
getting drafted and they called my name on that 15 pick, it was a relief.
That's
But
amazing.
That
Yeah.
was
Dope.
amazing.
Dang, that made me think about the whole Shador Sanders
No, that's
thing.
what
No, that would
Yeah.
have been torture for me. Because
Yeah.
I wasn't
Torture.
even. I
That's
probably was
torture.
sitting there for 2 hours before they called my name, and I was a 15 pick.
Wow,
So
that's a
think
long
about it, I
time.
would have went for 4 hours.
Well, he was there for
thinking I'm
longer.
going first
Days.
round, but I done missed 2
Days.
days.
Ooh.
No,
The
for
party
him to
over.
be able to hold it together how he did speaks a lot to him
I
and
think
his
so, too.
family and what he do.
Mhm.
Because at the end of the day, that would have torched me. But plus, if you already got a bag,
A bag.
A
It's
bag.
a little, you can sit a little.
it's a
You
little
can-
different.
sit
I
in it.
didn't get drafted early, but we still living the
Yeah.
NFL lifestyle. But
Yeah.
I think if it was one that you came from the gutter and this is your way out and this is the way you taking care of your family and this is the way you trying to break that generational curse, that would have hurt a little different.
So with
Yeah.
your experience, what do you think that was all about, right?
I think Shador Sanders is a great player. I think he's a good player. I think the way they saw him and where he saw himself was on 2 different levels.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So
And they said that a lot.
so I feel like, your cockiness, the way you feel about yourself, which you
Yeah,
should.
what you
I
should,
mean, at the end of the day, I'm a
Yeah.
ball player. I got to feel like I'm this, but at the same time, you still got to humble yourself because on this level, you ain't did nothing yet.
you
Yeah.
gotta show.
You got to show us. So at the end of the day, that was a moment to be humble in those meetings. Just being
Okay.
appreciative that, hey, man, I'm just thankful even to be here.
Yeah.
Because it could have went left anytime. I
Yeah.
could not be, and that's God. It's
Yeah.
only God got you here. So when you try to say, hey, man, I think I'm the man and, this guy ain't did nothing and I'm trying to be better than him, hey, buddy, you ain't did nothing yet to say that,
Yeah.
Because as a rookie, when we first get there, our eyes get open quick because the level of the NFL when it comes to skill, it's 2 totally different
It's a
playing
different
field.
level.
Well, it's another
Yeah.
level. And you have to learn quick.
Okay.
So he gonna understand it once they start throwing them pads on, they get in training camp. He'll see it, what they talking about.
Yeah.
But I think that's what might have made people it might not sit well with them.
So does that make you think about your meetings before you got drafted? Because they did it like that.
Yeah,
They
I
always
didn't
did like-
even then. I didn't do nothing at the combine. I went in there, did my means. I ain't do no drills or nothing because I was already ranked high. You don't want to go out there
Oh,
and,
okay. Okay.
and do something that might hurt you. I'm in a position where I'm already good.
I know that's right.
Anything I do will hurt me, not help me.
Yeah,
So I only worked out on my pro day. So I get what he was trying to do, but and he was in a position because that's what they say he was ranked in the way he was go get drafted.
Uh-huh.
So he wasn't doing nothing wrong. I just think the meetings, the showboating too early. And I don't know if I was that NIL would have been around with me and I had
That's just different.
millions in the bank.
It's
I
different.
might would have been already there bleeding out too. What y'all talking about? Come get me. I'm ready.
For
So
sure, he was
everybody,
a high-head, so
everybody
yeah.
would have been different. So I can't speak to that part, but I
Yeah.
know that might have played a big role into they just saying, hey, we're going to show them.
You gotta
Okay.
show. Teach them a little lesson early, real quick.
100%. Because
crazy.
the one thing about it, you still getting a check.
You still
You're not the
getting a
man.
check.
You're not the man.
Damn.
You
I'm still cutting you a check.
Still give you a check.
So you still a worker. You're not the guy.
That's
You're not
real.
That's
The,
still true.
Yeah.
the owners run everything. So it's
Yeah.
like, buddy, you not us. Don't get it
I
twisted.
guess that's what they were trying to say.
No, that's basically what they were
That's
saying.
basically what
they
they was
That's
saying.
that
Yeah.
example.
And that's how I looked at it the whole time. Every time I was in there and I used to get them checks, I used to be like, man, how is it possible that one person can pay 53 guys this type of money? How do I
What do
get
you
low
make?
level?
Yeah.
Because you know what I'm saying? If I could cut $1 million checks to all these employees, thousands of employees, and I'm still good?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What kind of
kind
what
of
I
shit?
want to be you. I don't want to be on the field. I don't want to be the talent. I don't want to be the entertainment. How do I become you?
Hey, so what you saying that when that first big check came, what was your first was that first big purchase?
Yeah, I think
for
my
you?
first big check, that thing was like 1.6.
And what was that purchase? What was your
What'd
first
you
big
do?
purchase?
What'd you buy?
What was
What did I buy? What did
Yeah.
I buy first?
I don't know.
I think I already had the 550 Benz. I think I already had the house. See, I had all that before I even got the check. It was
Okay.
already there, but I think probably my that Escalade, my Benz was probably the first 2 big purchases I did.
Okay.
Two
That I kind
whips.
of cashed out on. in the
Cashed out
beginning.
on them.
Then I had a townhouse in D.C. and I bought a penthouse here. So I had a penthouse in Buckhead, Atlanta.
So
You just told us about that penthouse. The parties at the penthouse.
Penthouse.
Are you known
I
for
would've
penthouse
known
parties,
that.
right?
So
In
that
Atlanta?
penthouse,
They said-
So I will say the penthouse probably was the big purchase.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
yeah.
when I got with him and I remember crying over him one day, I don't know, and it was like Rod with the penthouse with the hoop earrings. He had hoop earrings back then.
I did.
It was like, oh yeah, he not that dude. He a fun boy. He not one they take serious.
Yeah.
Nobody told me he was like a good dude. Everyone was
I
like,
was a great dude.
Nah,
I just wasn't trying to wife nobody. But I was great to be around. I was
You
a
was
fun
fun.
guy. Yeah, I was a
But
guy
you
wanted to
wasn't
hang
one that
around.
wasn't he wasn't taking no girl
I wasn't-
serious. He was the
no.
type to have a girlfriend in the wintertime and break up with them for the summer.
And I think that's what might have even helped us. When she met me, it was during the real estate bubble. And I was in real estate hard. Like I was doing big developments down south Atlanta.
Okay.
And when that whole thing happened, I got hit hard. So she caught me at a time where it's like
He was
the
losing
glitz and
everything.
glam wasn't there. So she caught me when I was
Which
down.
is why he was moving
Yeah.
in with that girl.
So for her to stand by me after finding out, hey man, all these bins and stuff, we finna let all this go because at the end of the day I can't hold on to it.
Yeah.
And her to stand by me showed me who she was too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because in
Wow.
the league it's hard. I don't think I could have wiped nobody up because you really wouldn't have known if their genes was there for you
That's real.
or there for the experience and the money.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know how guys do that. That's tough.
That's tough.
Yeah.
When I see it, I be like, damn, you know her like that? But
Yeah,
I
that's
guess-
tough. You wouldn't never. How would you ever know? Because they
Yeah.
love the experience.
And that's the other
Whoever
part
gonna
people
not
don't
be
know.
okay
Not
with
be
that.
okay and
You
not
feel
be
me?
happy.
Even if they don't like you as a
You
person,
paying for all this shit.
they gonna accept everything.
People
Just like
swore
y'all
I
did that
was just with 'em
conversation
for
talking about
money.
had a baby on them and all that. Girl would sit there and take that because they know they
take
get
it.
this
Yeah.
lifestyle. But as soon as
Exactly.
that lifestyle done, that's why they say in the league, 70% of marriages after football end in divorce.
Yeah.
Really?
I
Is that a real statistic?
Yeah,
It
it's
was.
a real
When I was in the league,
statistic.
we used to have these
I be
meetings.
watching that
And they-
30 for 30. I be like, damn, what?
Yeah.
Girl, you talk about 7 out of 10 gone
Yeah.
Dang.
It's
right after
bad.
they finish football.
Dang. What's the average career for the NFL player?
3 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was in
On
there
average, maybe
a lot
I
longer.
think it might be 2 years.
I think it's
Because
two.
we get our
It's
pension
real
3
low.
years, 3 games, but I think the average NFL career is like 2 years and some change.
It's not long at all. You hear about the big names. But yeah, that's another thing, part of our relationship. Everything we have, we've built together. But most
Together.
people assume that, oh, he must have saved her.
No, I
Not
didn't
knowing
save her.
I was just this hood chick, when he met me, that was a
But she was
hustler
a
my
hustler
whole
too,
life.
so
So
we was out here getting it
whatever it is
together.
we're going to do, we're going to figure it out together.
that's
So
right.
all the
dope.
other stuff didn't matter. And we built that. We've just been grinding since.
That's
But
dope.
most people forget that part. They assume, oh, if he wasn't a football, we still get that online. If he wasn't a football player, if he didn't have this money, I'm like, I wasn't here for none of the playing games. I was here for
You
when
wasn't on the sideline.
She wasn't on the sideline.
I was in the gym now. I
So-
said, but back then, no.
Dang.
That's
So
dope.
that is dope. And
That
people,
is
some people
dope.
are not gonna know that just by looking
Yeah.
at y'all
100%.
No.
Instagram and all that.
Just
So I'm glad
assume.
you setting the record straight
Period.
about how it
A
really
rider.
happened.
Oh, yeah, she'll get to the
Yes.
bag too now. Don't get it twisted.
That's for sure.
That's
That's
good.
dope. That's
Oh, my
dope when they got the
goodness.
hustle just like
What?
you. You know what I
You
mean?
can't
I
beat
got
that.
you, baby, but you got that.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, we finna go.
Oh,
we
we
going
finna
that
go. We
way.
finna go.
Let's
100%.
go.
Way. That's-
Don't worry
that's
about
big.
none of that.
Yeah, that's
So
big.
even
I
your worst
respect
days
that.
wasn't worse as bad as mine, so we good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I respect
Yeah.
that.
That's dope.
That's super
Man, this went by so fast because this is such a good conversation.
Rolling.
Man. So first of all, thank y'all for joining us.
Yes.
Thank y'all for
Man.
dropping so much knowledge and keeping it
Man,
so
thank
real.
you.
Keeping it real.
Man.
Like, that's the
Y'all,
main
listen,
part.
if y'all haven't already followed them and got in tune with their businesses, y'all definitely got to check them out. So can y'all please just tell everybody y'all Instagram pages
Oh, yeah.
and for your businesses too?
Yes, Leticia Marie Gardner on Instagram, and I own a detox company, so it's yourownSkinny.net.
And mine is Rod Gardner 87 on IG. And Rep Nation Subs, you can hit IG and Dynamic 3 on
.com.
.com on
both.
IG too.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank y'all so much, man. Like I just
Man, we could have kept
I'm
going.
inspired. Yeah, kept going. Y'all told us a lot of good
It's
stories.
thorough.
Like,
Yes.
yeah, I appreciate it so much for y'all joining us. Everybody, look, if y'all like this video, subscribe to Love and Fly Shit. Leave y'all comments, ask us questions. We always love to respond to y'all questions and let us know what other fly ass couples y'all want to see on the show.
Yes.
Like this beautiful couple we have here with us. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to
You
Love and
know
Fly
it.
Shit.
And we out.
Yes.